Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here for another junk journal that I have made that's been listed in my Etsy shop. So this is a ring bound journal. As you can see, it's really nice and chunky. It's lovely and squishy. It is, let's have a look, 9 by, yeah, just kind of getting on for 7. I mean, obviously if you include the rings, going to be like 7.5. Oops. And then it's just over 3 at the sort of chunkiest part, 3 inches at the chunkiest part. As I say, it's a ring bound journal. It's on those big rings, which I love using those. And then here, just attached on the top ring, you've just got a couple of kind of streamers of some fabrics. And then you've got this brooch, which I'd picked up at a car boot sale sometime last year. So that's just literally clipped on, and obviously you can, you know, take that off. It's just a brooch. The closure is just here, some soft net. It's actually from an old skirt of my daughter's, and it's 2 strips of it, if you see what I mean. So it's just literally 2 long pieces of soft net. It's very raggedy. I haven't cut it straight or anything like that, but it looks really pretty, and I wrapped it that way round instead of round the middle. I did it that way round. So that obviously once you take it off, you know, you don't have to have it kind of lingering around or anything. Right, the front cover and back cover, it's soft cover. I can't even remember, I'm afraid, whether this was made from an envelope or, yeah, I actually can't remember because I made this a few weeks back. Actually before the lockdown, and then I just hadn't got round to doing a flip through, so I actually can't remember now what I actually made the cover from, but it's nice and soft, and then it's just covered with lots of different laces. It's layered up and sort of collaged up with different laces. The back is just some of this lovely sequined lace, and then a couple of strips here. You've got the Handmade by Shabbydabbydoodah stamp at the bottom. But on the front, you've got some of that bridal lace, you've got some more lace here, you've got one of my flowers there, and then just attached with a small bulldog clip, I just included another one of my fabric flowers. I just attached it with a bulldog clip because obviously, you know, I realised that this big green stone, although I absolutely love it, it might not be everybody's bag. So, you know, although I thought it looked very pretty if it were glued onto the cover, I just thought, well, it might not be everybody's cup of tea. So that flower is, you know, detachable. It's on a cardboard back. So, yep, that's just clipped onto the front, but completely removable. So I'll just clip that back on. So going inside the journal, it's quite stuffed. On the inside of the front cover, I layered up some different papers here. So you've got some of the, amongst the amethyst, you've got a little label, and then you've got a couple of strips of lace forming pockets, or a pocket, and then you've got a little fabric flower down here, down the bottom. Just going to come out slightly so that hopefully, you know, really got everything in here. And you've got some faux diamante trim down the bottom. I love that. But as I say, it's really nice because it's very flexible and, you know, nice cover. And then just tucked into those pockets, I just popped a bunch of journaling pieces there. Some have been coffee dyed, some haven't, if I recall, but they've all been distress inked. So they're all, you know, nice and vintage in both feel and appearance. They all just tuck in like that. Then on the next page here, so all of the pages are made, if I recall, again, if I recall, they're made from scrapbook papers that have been just folded over so that they're really nice and sturdy. And then obviously they're forming the basis of the pages. This one here, you've got some lace trim hanging off. You've got a little corner. It's actually a tuck, if I recall. Oh no, yep. Yeah, I think it is a tuck, but anyway, didn't need to use it. A bunch of things layered up here in the corner. Really love how that looked. And then you've got a pocket here with some bits and pieces, and then just tucked into the pockets, I just made a little sort of fold out piece. It's got a vintage postage stamp and a label and things. So really pretty colours in this journal. And that just tucks in there like that. And then going over the page, I love how this page looks. So we have a whole bunch of things going on here. So I've got a paper clip up the top, which is just holding everything kind of in place. So here you've got a little foldy piece, and attached onto the foldy piece you've got a little pocket there. So that's got a little journaling card. It's just got a stitched piece on there. Got some fabric and some vintage lace that's been coffee dyed. You've got some doily. So that just tucks in like that. Then you open this out. You've got journaling space. Sorry, I realised it. Let me lift my camera up slightly even more. So you've got journaling space here, and then here, this is just some of my blue velvet background pages. So I just literally, you know, backed it onto the coffee dye page and just folded it up and had it just in there clipped with a paper clip up, at the top to hold that in place. And then underneath there you've got a corner tuck spot here at the bottom. Sorry, I just noticed a piece of glue, or a little bit of glue there. And then you've got this tuck spot here with a little dictionary definition and what have you. You've got a stamped piece, some doily, lots of layering going on in this journal. And then you've just got a round tag there, and then just a foldy flip. Now this has been coffee dyed, as you can see. It's very dark, so yeah, that just goes in there. So it's, you know, quite a grungy sort of feel. Lace trim and some Diamante and some lace trim at the top. So that just clips back on like that. And then on the facing page here, again, lots and lots going on this page. I mean, all the pages in this journal are super busy, which, you know, I had great fun making it. So this page here, you've got some string here. That's holding this little fold out closed, and this little fold out is just acting as a little stopper for this little envelope. So the envelope hooks onto the stopper, or, you know, this flap, and that's just a little like a seed packet type envelope. And I just included a couple of fussy cut pieces there from my Slipper and the Rose kit, so they're just tucked in like that. And as I say, that just hooks over there. The fold out flip, which was tied closed with the string, you've got journaling space here, and then you've got this gorgeous image here with this lovely fabric butterfly. You've got lots of layering and stamping and lace and trim and all sorts of things going on this page. So that hooks on there, and, you know, obviously it ties back closed, which I just, you know, love tying things like this. And then tucked in the side, it's also a pocket. You've just got there a little journaling card from the Slipper and the Rose kit. Is there another one? Oh, yep, there's another journaling card there. So, and that one from the Amongst the Amethyst. So I kind of mixed the kits a little bit in this. They just tuck in there, and then on the top, because this is just an envelope here, you've also got one of my vintage style invoice printables. Again, this has all been coffee dyed, and, you know, it really is quite a sort of vintagey feeling piece now. So that just tucks in the top like that. So again, you've got quite a bit of room there for journaling space, because you've got lots and lots of pull out pieces. And then going over the page, so on this page you've got this is a vintage image from a vintage book, which I've just backed it onto some card. Used one of those, I think that was the Tim Holtz little die cut pieces around there. And this is a pocket which I've just attached, just a scrap of some scrapbook paper really that had been sort of laying around for a while, and that I've just hooked on, so it's like a foldy flip. You've got some Diamante trim and some lace, this gorgeous lace all running down the side, and then again just layered up a couple of sheets in the background, and then just tucked some pieces in to the pocket. So you've got a couple of tags there with some soft net, which obviously matches that one, and then you've got this Slipper and the Rose journaling card, and then here I just made one of those little flippy pads just with, you know, a couple of scraps of, I think these might have been from fly sheets, you know, from the books. So that all just tucks in there. So again, quite a bit of journaling space on that page. And then on this page here, again, you've got a little tie holding closed those little fold out flip things, which I have got a tutorial, and we did do some in the mass makes. So that just all tucks in here like that, and then just folds out. So you've got all this room for journaling here, and obviously you've got more room on the back. And then on the front of the flap, this is some vellum with a whole bunch of vintage postage stamps running down. You've got a stamped image and a butterfly, and then that all just tucks into here. Struggling again to do this like from a height, because I'm obviously stood up, I'm not kind of, you know, down at its level. And then that just ties closed with the string like that. And then you've got lace here, you've got a little bow, you've got some more lace there, some lace trim running down the side, and then just tucked in again, that's a pocket. You've got layered up pieces here, which I just love how those bits look. Hopefully you can kind of see that. And then just tucked into the side again from the Amongst the Amethyst, and also from the Slipper and the Rose kit there. And then going over the page, again, I just really love how this page looks. So you've just got layering going on, and then this is some of my collage page, which I just made a sort of, you know, corner tuck spot. And then layered up a bit of sort of clustered effect here with some fabric and things, and lots of bits and bobs going on there. This beautiful fabric trim down the side, and then you've got some vintage sheet music and a stamped piece there. And then a couple of pieces from the Slipper and the Rose kit, they just tuck in there. And then going over the page, or, you know, on the facing page, you've got here a fabric tip in, which is sort of hiding this large pocket, which you've got sort of fabric, which obviously mirrors the, you know, the fabric ruffle here on the facing page. And you've got lace and various pieces there, and tucked into the first pocket, which is just purely a lace pocket, you've just got a journaling card, so that just tucks in there. This is also a pocket here, and I just tucked in a couple of journaling cards there. And then that goes, again, hiding that. And then in the side, it's also a large pocket, and again, I just tucked in a couple of journaling pieces into the side there. And then again, you've got the fabric ruffle down the bottom, which again sort of mirrors that, and you've got some more lace and some Diamante trim. And then going over the page, again, really love this. I think I just really love this fabric. So here, this is a magazine page, I think, if I recall, painted magazine page, done some stamping on there, little vintage image here of these birds, really pretty, and some lace trim and some faux pearls, and then a little flower there, and that's just acting as a little tuck spot here. Got some layering going on in the background and some lace, just a journaling card in there, and then another one of those flippy pads just there, and some lace trim across the top that's been stitched on the sewing machine. And then on this page, you've got here an altered banner, oops, paper clip, if I can get it off. So they're cute little tiny banner there with some stamping and lace going across. And then that's holding this flap closed, and it's also holding in another one of my little vintage invoice pieces. Again, you know, this is a digi, but it's very aged in how it's been coffee dyed. It's got some tears and things, but, you know, I don't mind that. And this fold out flip is attached to this little pocket here, which is a book page pocket. And you've got a pocket in here like that. You've got just lots of collaging going on. And then some of my ticket strips there, again, just nicely grunged up. They just tuck in the top. That goes back. So, you know, you've got this journaling space. You've got obviously the pieces that, you know, the pull out pieces. You've got this. And then the paper clip holds it all back closed, if I can get it back on. And then here, tucked in, you've got just a little fold out booklet with, again, just some sort of scraps of some coffee dyed pages. And then you've got some tracing paper there as well, more pages, and then a couple of journaling cards tucked in there as well. So, you know, quite a bit of journaling space in that one. Just put those actually at the front, I think, like that. And that all just tucks into that pocket. Oops, I think there must be something else in there. Oh, yep, and a journaling card in there as well. So, you know, you've really got quite a bit of space on that page. Then going over the page here, we've got a foldy flip piece here. More journaling space beneath it, a little label with some fabric, some lace trim at the bottom, a fabric ruffle and a flower. Lots of nice pieces there on top. And then here, when I do these kinds of journals, I often like to just include a bunch of coffee dyed, quite thickish, so they're a bit more sturdy on the rings, but just some plainer pages for journaling. So these are your plainer pages for journaling, so they might just have one or two decorative touches. This one, I just use a decorative paper clip here with some fabric and lace and a bow. And I just attached, again, just a bunch of pieces. So you've got lots more journaling space. That one's got a little word and some lace. And then another one of those invoice pieces. Some, oops, they must have made their way in there by accident. Sorry, I'll take those out. That there. And then again, another piece there. So, you know, you've got lots of pull-out pieces, lots of room for journaling, and just a couple of decorative pieces on the plainer pages there. So that clips on here. And then going over the page, that same paper clip is holding on one of those altered button cards. And these are vintage buttons. I don't think the fabric is vintage, if I recall. And the actual page it's on, I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I made it some time ago, so I can't even remember what that card is. But the buttons are vintage, and I just love all those colours on there. Just really, really pretty. So that just clips on there. And then again, just sort of plainer pages here. And here, just one of my dictionaries with some lace, little one of my labels, and then some lace trim here. Another label, a little teacup there, and then a piece of one of those vintage invoices just there. Bit of lace, and then on this page we've got this lovely envelope which it just flips out to the side. So this is a vintage image here, layered up with some of my collage page, and then you've got a big butterfly there with some bling, some lace around the corner, some lace here, a bit more bling, and some stamping going around on the envelope. And then when you fold that out, more journaling space here. I think that might be one of Rachel's labels there. And then tucked into the envelope, oops, again, you've just got some journaling cards there. So they all just tuck in there. And then you've got some more items here, some more lace. So, I mean, you've got quite a lot of room for journaling in here, but it's heavily decorated as well. Then on this page, I absolutely love this page. It's so pretty colours. So this gorgeous, great big flower. You've got a stamped bird cage there. You've got a clock. You've got some lace trim, fabric ruffle, bit more lace trim down here, which, you know, is just poking behind that ruffle, if you can see. Some stamping. And this is just literally an envelope, which is a pocket here, and then the top of the envelope is sliced off, so you've got a pocket at the top. So in the side pocket, just a journaling card, and then here in the top I just included a little envelope there from the Slipper and the Rose kit, and just a little journaling card also from the kit, and I just put some lace on the side. That just tucks in there. Come on. All fingers and thumbs again. And you've just got some lace on the envelope, and that just all tucks in to there like that. And then you've got one of my tracing paper envelopes. So I might have actually even done this one on video when we made them, I think. But I love this envelope. It's so pretty. I love the colours. So it's just the tracing paper over the vintage sheet music. You've got some lace trim and some Diamante and a little ribbon sort of tab. And then tucked into there, it's all been stitched obviously on the sewing machine. But I mean, listen to this. Isn't that scrumptious? So sounds lovely and feels really nice. And you've just got a piece of the Amongst the Amethyst background page there that's been coffee dyed, and that just tucks into there. And then going over on the back of the envelope, I just popped one of my pink labels and some lace trim and lace up there. And then this here is the back, you know, the inside of the back cover, and I just popped a pocket here with just a journaling card. I think it's just one. Yeah, that's actually stuck down on the page, and just layered up some pieces so it looks really just pretty to look at. And you've got some fabric ruffle and a bow. Journaling card there that just tucks in at the side. So yeah, gorgeous colours in this journal, the very beautiful pinks and purples, and yeah, I had a lot of fun making this. So yeah, I hope that you like it. On the front, sorry, forgot to also say it's got one of my labels and then one of my dictionary definitions, which has been glossy accented, if you can see that, and it's been stitched around on the sewing machine and then obviously popped onto the cover like that. So yes, I hope that you like it. You know, I think there's a lot going on in there, and I had, yeah, a lot of fun making it. So as I say, that will be listed in my shop, and yeah, if you wanted to have a look, the links will all obviously be below, and I hope that you all have a great day. So thank you so much for joining me and having a look. So thanks very much then.